So hey y'all. So look, real quick, I just wanted to jump up here on live. It is March Madness, so it's March 2nd, 2019. For anybody who's maybe watching the replay of this video, um, man, I want to tell you about my experience yesterday, and then I have to go because my dog is ready to go to the bathroom. So come here. He's like whining. I can hear him whining. So I'm gonna. I crowd. Sit down. Sit down. So mommy can tell everybody the story. So as I wake up this morning and reflect upon yesterday, I don't want him to be a distraction to y'all, so let me put him down. As I wake up today and reflect upon what happened to me yesterday, first of all, I just want to give everybody a full explanation of what took place for me yesterday. So I went to go get my car maintenance. Now, if all my ladies out there, if you like me, first of all, I hate going to get my car maintenance. I hate putting gas in my car. I hate getting any of that stuff done. Like, it's just so in the way. So it was really past due now for like at least 7 days. Like, I had supposed to, well, a little longer than that, but I had been in and out of town, but I had only really been in the car, like, since the little thing was on that I need to go get an oil change and stuff like that. So it had been, about 7 days of driving, which is way a lot, I feel. I don't know, because I remember a long time ago, I had a car, one of my very first cars, and I almost killed the engine because I never would go get oil changes. But anyways, thank the Lord for now these notifications on your car. So anyways, as I went to get my car maintenance, by the way, in the midst of getting my car maintenance on my computer, let me show y'all. I have this thing that's connected to my computer, and this little PayPal thing. And the PayPal thing is how I collect payments for like when I'm doing workshops. So somebody saw me working because of course I brought my, let me put this back. There you go. So as I was working, because I was working on a book, which by the way, that's what I do professionally. I help entrepreneurs to write books to expand and grow their businesses. I was working on this book, and this gentleman started asking me questions. And by the way, like when I'm in the middle of working, sometimes I do not want to talk. That's why I don't like to go into public locations because people will talk to you, but it's okay. That's just my own, that's my own, uh, hey Max, yes, I'm vlogging today. That's my own introvertedness, like where I don't want to talk to people. So anyway, so I was working and I met this guy. Great story. Hopefully we'll connect, and hopefully I'll be doing his book so I can share more about it. But anyways, as I was finishing up, so I was finishing up my whole situation, and they called my name, so my car was ready to go. So I get in my car. Now I have, and that's what I'm about to go do right now, because I have, thank you so much. By the way, for those of you watching this, if this is your first time watching me with my little, I don't know what we're going to call these, but I'm going to start doing just different things because I want people to know the life of an entrepreneur. There's all types of stuff, the life of a businesswoman, the life of a woman, the life of a black person, whatever it is. I plan to mix my channel up. I want to show you things about entrepreneurship, business, and growing your businesses, tips like that, tools, but I also want to show you some real life stuff. So that's what I'm going to talk about. But anyway, so get my car, and I had these important papers that I still not have mailed out. So I'm going to go do that right now, that I need to mail out to my accountant for taxes. And so I was like, okay, it's like 4:30 p.m. The post office that's near me closes at 5. Never been to this post office, but I was like, let me go ahead and go run to this post office first, and then I'll go home. I had already had plans to probably like treat myself to a movie or something like that. So anyway, so as I'm getting off, normally I would have gotten on the highway, and there's like a ramp literally right from the dealership where you can get onto the highway. Because I was going to the post office today, I did not get on the highway. Thank the Lord. So I hit like a little bump, like the road sometimes has the little holes or whatever. It was like a little something going on in the road, and I hit it. So mind you, I have a Jeep that's riding on, I don't know what size tires these are, but these are big off-road tires, big, thick tires. And so I hit the bump, And by the way, if you've ever ridden in a car that has off-road tires, it's always a, rough drive anyways, period. But this was a bump. You can feel bumps still. So I hit the bump, and then I'm driving, and all of a sudden, like, it gets real wobbly. And I'm like, now, I know my tire ain't going flat. Now, these are the type tires, though. They don't really go flat, like, not that quick, right? And I just left the dealership. There's no way that I could have a flat like that. That would be crazy, right? So as I'm driving and I'm feeling it still wobbling a little bit, it gets more. It goes more. Now, mind you, on this road that I am, it's at least a 45 mile per hour road. Like, people are driving fast. So it starts wobbling a little bit more, and then it's wobbling more. And so at this point, I was over far to the left, but I pulled over to the right lane because I was thinking my tire was going flat. And then all of a sudden, as I pulled over to the right lane, before I could even turn, my entire tire rolls off to the side of me. I'm literally watching my tire just roll off. Hands down, this is one of my biggest fears when driving. I've always, and this is crazy to say, but I've always pictured my tire rolling off after I get it fixed. Now, remember, I just got my car from the dealership. It just got serviced at the dealership, and they did a rotation. And my whole wheel is rolling off. Now, this is where things get kind of crazy, because now it's almost kind of like, this is not really happening. Like, I'm looking at it. They definitely didn't put it back on, Ronald. I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, is that my damn tire? So I pull over. Now, mind you, the tire is rolling in front of other cars, so I'm causing a whole traffic jam. So is you ever something happens so quickly that you don't even really know how to react to it? So I'm not even really reacting yet. Like, I'm just kind of like, is that my tire? So then I get out the car and I go get my tire. Now, this is what's crazy, because people literally see the tire rolling off. I don't even know. Like, you ever seen when I was like in shock. So I go and get the tire. People see the tire rolling. Nobody comes to help me. And I just sit it, on the Jeep. Now, it's to the right of the street, but it's in the street. So I put on my hazards. And again, this is a street where they're driving 45 plus miles an hour. They're going fast. So I put the tire, just laid on the side of the Jeep. And at this point, it starts to hit me. My whole entire tire just rolled off of my Jeep. And Lord God, I normally would have been on the highway doing this. And so then I don't know really what to do, because I don't know if you call this an accident. I've never been in this position. Right? Thank God for his divine protection. I've never been in this position. I don't know. Is this an accident? I don't even know. But now what's crazy is I'm only hundreds of feet away from the dealership. Like, I'm not even that far. Like, I didn't even get a mile away. So I start shaking now, because I'm realizing, like, I could have died. I could be dead, because I could have gotten on the highway and, who knows, hit a bump on the highway going 60 to 70 miles, because, they go fast out here in Houston. And I could have flipped and died. So now I'm starting to shake. And so I'm just wanting to, I don't even know is this my fault? I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. Like, is this something that I'm going to have to pay for? I mean, I know I have insurance, but will I have to now pay for this? Because, it seems like every time, this is how life is. As soon as you take one step forward, sometimes you got to take a couple steps back. It's always something that happens. And if I'm always telling you guys, there will always be a distraction. There will always be something. Like, in the midst, I've got two book launches coming up this month. I have a 3-day conference coming up in April, the 6-Figure Book Boot Camp. I've got One of my students, she has her book launch coming up in March. It's just so much that financially that I also have to prepare for, that me having to deal with not only a tire, because it's no longer a tire, my entire rim has been broken. Like the thing that I don't know nothing about cars. So whatever it is that you put the tire on, where the brakes and stuff are, that whole thing has completely ruined my rim. The inside where the of the tire where you put on the thing, that's completely jacked up. So in my mind, I'm just like everything is starting to happen now. All these thoughts, I'm just like, oh my God, what the hell? So I call the dealership. I didn't call, and I was thinking like, am I supposed to call a lawyer? Am I supposed to? I'm just thinking like, you know what? I'm not gonna do all that because I'm okay. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not gonna take advantage of this situation. I just want somebody to come and fix this car. So I called the axle, whatever that thing is, right? So anyway, so I call the dealership and tell them what happened, that I'm literally right up the street, and they come. But in the midst of all of this, while I'm starting to freak out, because I am starting to freak out, because I'm just thinking like, this could have happened in a far worse situation, and thank you, Lord, but I'm still starting to freak out. There's a guy, his name is CJ, who saw it when it first happened. He saw the tire roll off, and unlike anybody else that was busy living their day, ignoring what was going on with mine, which is okay, because a lot of times we really don't even know what other people are dealing with. So it's not for me to place blame or be upset at other people for not stopping, because many of us know that we've been in a situation where you've maybe seen someone broken down on the side of the road, and maybe they looked like they had help, but we didn't pull over, whatever it may be. And so I just was like, it was just a reminder that, Taria, like, everybody's got life happening. Just because your little tire rolled off, did nobody stop but this one angel? And so he saw it and drove all the way around. I mean, for him to drive all the way around, it wasn't no quick little circle. It was like he had to drive around a whole neighborhood, probably the dealership, to come back over. And then he pulls over to the side and hops out and it's like, hey, you want me to help you? And so at this point, I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't even know if I want you to touch it, because the dealership needs to come and fix this. Like, they need to come and touch this. And so he was like, well, if you need me to, I got my equipment in the car and I can prop it up. But he was looking, and I'm so grateful that he was there, though, because as a woman, sometimes, women can be taken advantage of, I guess, you know what I'm saying? When they're in, a situation that deals with something they don't know. And I don't want to be, I guess, what's the word, prejudice to that situation, but I feel like sometimes we can be taken advantage of. So I'm glad he was there, and he also worked on cars. He was like, yeah, no, this is definitely their fault. If you he was looking at the lug nuts, and he was like, they weren't even screwed on, because if it would have been something where the tire, which whoever has heard of a tire just snatching off the lug nuts while you're driving, they would have been ripped. And he was like, no, they didn't put this tire back on the right way. And so anyway, so he was like, yeah, but if you want me to, but he calmed me down. I mean, it wasn't like dramatically like screaming and stuff. It's just, I started shaking and I was kind of like not knowing what to do. So long story short, they finally pull up. And of course, they prop my truck back up, put the tire back on, and then take me back to the dealership. Now, they're afraid. Like, the dude is like scared, trying to figure out, what am I going to do? Because yes, I could have looked at this and said, this is a lawsuit ready to happen. Like, I could have sued. But in my mind, what I'm most grateful for? I'm just grateful that God kept me. I did that video talking about the depression and stuff and how God kept me. And I don't look at every opportunity as a financial increase opportunity. I look at it as a reminder. I look at it as a reminder that God woke me up again today. I could have been in a situation where yesterday I would have not been able to wake back up today. And so it reminds me to stay grateful for the days that we have, to not take advantage of the time that is given, to not disrespect the time that God gives us, and to take the time to look at the positive in every situation. Because if I would have been upset and allowed that, well, I was upset, but I let it go. But if I would have allowed that to carry on and then place blame on whoever the person who, by the way, I'm pretty sure is feeling all beside themselves. And if they're not, that's something that they need to work on, not me, because they probably gonna get fired. And I didn't even request it, but it's not for me to try to place judgment or blame on that person. I don't know what the heck was going on. All I know is I was able to get back to the dealership, get me a rental car with nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. And so a lot of times what we want to do is we always want to find reasons to just be negative. I said, nah, I'm gonna look at this situation and be positive. I even told the guy, because I could tell again, they was trying to figure out. They didn't know, here we go. It's this black girl. She an angry black girl, because we get that all the time. Angry, whatever. And so I was just like, to be honest, when he was like, no, how are you? I was like, no, I'm okay. I'm really okay. I was a little bit, shoveled up, disheveled when it first happened, but I'm just grateful that I wasn't on the highway. I'm just grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that y'all could put the tire back on and literally drive my car away. So, because they put the tire back on and they were like, well, you want to get back to the hell no, I want to get back in that car. Y'all need to take me to the dealership and make sure everything is okay. But long story short, at the end of the day, while we could be so focused on all the things that we can point out that's negative, I choose to look at the positive. And because I chose to look at the positive, it has allowed me to have a much better day, because many people would have allowed that to just totally break their whole day off. I'm just not going to be focused no more. All I'm going to do is complain about it. Yes, I did share it on Instagram because it was a testimony, and I feel like it was a test that I was put through to prove how great God is, because it was not God that messed up that tire, but God's grace is what kept me alive. And so I continue to praise him and I continue to thank him. And if it taught me anything, is Taria, instead of looking at negative, look at positive. Find ways to make any situation to be a good situation, to be a learning situation. And so with that said, that's what I did. And I just focused on it. And I told the guy, it's all good. I said, I'm going to need y'all to give me a glass of wine or something. He was like, that's all you need? Like, I promise you, like, they were just like, we cannot believe that you are taking it this way. He was like, it's totally our fault. Like, this is 100% our fault. And I can't believe how good you're dealing with this. And I've dealt with so much in my life that I choose not to be that negative Nancy. Like, I choose to make sure that when something does happen to me, that it's not what happens to me, it's what I do with what happens to me. If I could share more testimonies with y'all of some of the stuff that has happened just since January of 2019, where we're praising increase, some of us would be like, I just give up. Why? But see, what I do know is that when you are being attacked in all kinds of areas, when you're being attacked in your health and wellness, when you're being attacked in, and mind you, while I didn't physically get attacked, that was a mental attack. When you're being attacked in your relationships, when you're being attacked in your finances, when your spirituality is being attacked, you've got to know that there's a purpose in the attack. In fact, I had wrote down a note. Let me tell you something about attack. Hold on, real quick. Let me just tell you something before I finish this off, because I want to, hold on. Ah, darn it. Where did I put those notes? Let me see if I can find these notes real quick. I'm going to try to find it real quick, because I want to tell you what attack really stands for, okay? What attack really stands for. Hold on one second. Jesus. Okay, hold on. I'll have to do it this way, because, guys, a lot of times we look at things and try to figure out, like, why me? And I sometimes say, oh, it had to be me, right? It had to be me, right? So hold on. It had to be me, because there was a lesson in this situation right here, right? So hold up. The word attack. Hold up. Because I break it down, right? And then I'm going to finish this off. By the way, y'all know I'm going live every single day. I'm going live every single day on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, not yet LinkedIn, but I'm going live every day. Okay, at the expression of time when an event takes place. That's what AT stands for. The expression of time. Let me see if I can find another definition. I just want to make sure this is the one I'm looking for at definition. The expression of time. Yes, the expression in time when an event takes place. Tack stands for to fasten or fix. To fasten or fix. So when you tack something in, you're fixing it. So when we are being attacked at that specific time, there's a purpose because we are now at a time of fixing. Do y'all hear? Who got some chills? What? Wait a minute. Girl, boy, bye. Attack is the specific time of fixing. At tack. And so when you are being attacked, there's a purpose. There's a purpose so that you can move to the next level. This is why when I saw that definition, boo, I was like, Oh, you fixing it, Jesus. So your finances, you thought your finances was being attacked. But at that specific moment, if you choose to look at the situation and why you got in that situation, guess what's going to happen? You're going to figure out a solution that's going to allow you to go to that next level. Don't look at an attack as a setback. An attack is a set up, as Willie Jolly would say, for a come up or a comeback. And so look, I'm just telling you, you won't get me, devil. No, you won't. What you're not going to do is affect my energy. No, you won't. What you're not going to do is break me down. No, you won't. I know what this is. And so that's all I wanted to share with y'all. Make sure y'all turn on the notifications. Make sure y'all join my channel.